What's up, guys? It's Nonod back here with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a while, ever since we've seen that Triple H is now in charge of the WWE kind of creative and all of the matches that happens. He's kind of like the lead person, similar to what Vince was. So he has now taken over. And we've also seen the returns that have happened as of recently. We've seen Dakota, EO, Scarlett, Carrion, we've seen Dexter, and recently we just seen Johnny Gargano. So these are a couple of people that I would like to see. I'm just going to make a list of 10. These are in no particular order, and these are just people I would love to see back in kind of WWE. I'm going to say one thing before is that I like to see all these people. Like, I didn't like to see anybody get released. I know they had to do releases because obviously you can't have every single person on the roster happy if you have so many people and then some people aren't going to do anything. So I do get that they have to release some people. It would just suck to see a lot of people get released. But majority of them are in other companies, or they just found other career paths to go to. But I do feel like if they do bring back a lot of these people, the people that are there that are like mid-card or like low, they're going to get lost, and they're going to unfortunately have to like suffer a lot of just doing nothing, similar to what the people were doing before when they had a lot of people. So I don't want to see every single person that I name come back. I would just like to see them come back. Like, I'm not saying I want to see them. I would just like to see them if they do. So we're just going to get down with the list because we're already like a minute and a half in. So first person is Ruby Riot. Ruby Soho, whatever you want to call her. I became a fan of Ruby after she left and when she went into AEW. I think that Ruby was a robbed, kind of underutilized talent. I mean, she could have held a singles title if they really wanted her to do. I mean, on NXT, she kind of didn't have a long NXT run, but she did have an amazing matches and amazing feud with a couple women on NXT. And then she went to the main roster, was in the Riot Squad. She was kind of the leader, so she was always getting the singles title matches. But I feel like the Riot Squad could have won the women's tag team titles. I mean, and then she got injured, and then she came back and kind of just was doing nothing, just kind of losing every match. I believe they made that into a storyline. And then she just rejoined with Liv and then got released. Like, there was no payoff for any of the stuff that they did with them. And it was just kind of, they just wasted her so much. And I just feel like they could have done so much more with her. And they just kind of lost that opportunity. Next up, we have Bronson Reed. Now, Bronson Reed, I wasn't a fan of him. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really care for him, but it was mostly because he wasn't there for a long time for me to actually become a fan of him. I mean, he did make his debut in the Breakout Tournament. He was amazing in that. I'm not saying that he's not an amazing wrestler. It was just that his character was kind of just like basic to me. Like, I didn't really like his character, but I do think that he is kind of a one-of-a-kind person, like a man of his size to like jump off the top. He does remind me of Bam Bam, and I know he takes some inspiration from Bam Bam, so I would like to see him come back after I just said, like, I didn't really care for him. But, like, I would like to see him come back. I feel like he was just starting to get the groove of things on NXT, and then he lost the title and was unfortunately released. So I would like to see him get a second run and this time be actually kind of given the proper kind of footing and actually given a chance. Next up, this is kind of like a either or, and it involves two people. We have Yim and Keith Lee. I would love to see both of them come back, but I know they are in different brands and they have different contracts. I know Yim's contract is up in October from Impact, and Keith Lee usually Keith Lee is signed to AEW, and AEW usually does 3-year contracts with their new talent. So if Yim does come back, I don't think she's going to come back with Keith Lee. So if she does want to come back after her contract is up with Impact, I wonder if she'll just go right there, or she will wait until Keith Lee's contract is up and they will go back together. But I would love to see them, or I would love to see Frankie Monet and John Morrison. Now, I know John, or Johnny, is with AEW right now, so it's going to be tough to see if he is even going to go to WWE right after that, or what is going to happen with him. But I would like to see both Frankie and John kind of go together. I mean, I really like John Morrison. I started to become a fan of him during his like July 2020 when he was like, I never kind of grew up with John Morrison. He kind of left when I started watching wrestling. So it was great to see him come back, and he just completely caught my eye. He is extremely funny, and Frankie is an amazing wrestler, and she did not get the amount of opportunities that she should have had. So I would love to see both of them come back, and yeah. Next up, we have Rusev, a.k.a. Miro. Miro, he's not doing anything AEW. Now, I know a lot of you might be AEW fans, but I personally am not a fan of AEW. I do like some of the people on there. I do like Ruby, I like Jade, I like Hook. I like a couple people on there. I just can't like really like AEW that much. It is kind of like boring to me. There's no like storylines, the characters, I can't like be invested in them. So and Miro, and also I'm gonna go to my next person, Andrade. Miro and Andrade are amazing talents that could be utilized so well on NXT, on AEW, and they are not being utilized to their full potential. And I just want to see both of them come to WWE, where I know they will be stars, and I know they will break out. Especially Andrade, he was amazing on NXT, and he had so many opportunities. I mean, he won the NXT title. It was so many amazing matches. I just want to see both of these men get an opportunity. Next up, we have Bray Wyatt. Now, Bray Wyatt, looking back at it, I didn't like his Fiend character, mostly because I didn't think it was like actually like believable. I did like the Fiend character was a good character. Don't get me wrong, but the Fiend like gimmick was just so like it didn't make me feel like, oh wow, this guy could really be like. It just felt like such like a. Like, it just felt like such, like, a dumb gimmick, kind of. And I just feel like they could have done so much better with him. And I hope that if he comes back, that he is given a better character. I really like the Eater of Worlds. So if Bray comes back, I want him to be not with the Fiend. Even though I like the Fiend. Next up, we have Ember Moon, a.k.a. Athena. She is also with AEW. I am a fan of Ember Moon. I think she was completely given the wrong hand on the main roster. I mean, she is such a talented person, and she was given kind of like one opportunity to shine, and that opportunity was not the best at SummerSlam against Bayley. AEW is not even utilizing her that well. I know she has that storyline with Jade, but it's kind of just like, after that, if she doesn't beat Jade, what's she gonna do? Go with Ruby on AEW Dark? Like, it's kind of like the women's division over there. They don't know what they're doing with them. And I feel like Triple H would definitely know what to do with Ember. I mean, just look at the stuff she did on NXT. Next up, we have Emma. Now, Emma is now officially a free agent, a.k.a. Tenille. She is now officially a free agent. I'm a fan of Emma as well. I would love to see Emma. She kind of was, her and Paige, the originators of the women's evolution, but that's just my take on it. But I would love to see Emma come back. Same thing with Ember. She was just given the wrong hand on the main roster, and she did have a good character. I mean, it was really enjoyable. That's why I kind of became a fan of her, but I just want to see her get an actual opportunity. Next up, we have kind of some honorable mentions. I'm going to go over them quick. We have VXT, which is Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green, and Hawkins and Ryder. Would love to see all four of them come back. I do not know if all four of them would want to come back, or all 4 of them will come back, because I know Deonna did not have the best time in NXT. But I would love to see all 4 of them come back. We have Cesaro, aka Claudio. He's with AEW. He's the Ring of Honor champion, so I do not know if he would come back. So he's kind of a maybe. Next up, we have Kairi Sane. She is also a maybe. She is in Japan doing Stardom. I know she's having a fun time over there. I really didn't see the amazing talent she was until after, recently. She's an amazing talent. I would love to see her come back. Next up, we have Billie Kay, aka Jessie McKay. Peyton Royce, aka Cassie, is pregnant right now, so I think Billie maybe would wait for Peyton to come back so they can come back together. But I would love to see Billie as a surprise Royal Rumble entrant next year. That would be amazing. I'm a fan of both the Iconics, so yeah. And then we have Persia Parada. Persia, she's kind of like a person I wouldn't care to see come back, but I would love to see what they would have had for her. I mean, she was just released surprisingly right after WrestleMania, even though she was in a storyline. So I would love to see what happened with her. And then finally, moving on back to our list, we have Tyler Breeze. I would love to see Tyler Breeze come back. Amazing talent. Extremely underrated. He was never given the title on NXT besides tag titles. But as a singles competitor, he was always in major storylines. He was one of their best that they had there. And it was just he got on the main roster and the same thing. I feel like a lot of these people, like Ruby, Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Rusev, Andrade, a lot of these people on this list were just not given the chance on the main roster. And I feel like now that Triple H is running the main roster, I would love to see them given that second chance and given another opportunity to shine and fully blossom into the amazing performers that I know they are. But that was just a list for you guys. Hopefully you guys like this sort of long video. It's longer than I usually do. Leave your opinions down in the comment section below on how you feel about my list, and also leave your list in the comment section below. I would love to read and reply to them. But yeah, there will be more videos coming out this week, including my Clash at the Castle predictions and my NXT Worlds Collide predictions. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, champs.